What's going on, my free thinking rebels, and welcome once again to Decrypting Crypto. I am your host, Stefan Subero. It is such a pleasure to see each and every one of you today. If you are new to this channel, please go ahead right now and smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of the cryptocurrency news, trends, adoptions, market updates, and much, much more. Now, my friends, today's story, cryptocurrency trial of the century, the fall of Sam Bankman-Fried. This has been going on for, I think, over a year now since FTX scandal came into play and we had the whole crash of FTX. We will be diving into that story a little bit later, plus some other news updates, highlights for you guys today. I hope everyone is having a great beginning of the week. Crypto markets are booming. Prices are going up. All coins are doing amazing. So I hope you have your positions in. I hope you're learning and doing the right things right now in crypto. This is the time. This is the time. So my friends, let's continue. Let's jump straight into the first story that we have for you guys right now. Main story of this week, Sam Bankman-Fried found guilty on all 7 charges in FTX fraud trial. The U.S. attorney Damian William called Bankman-Fried's crimes a multi-billion-dollar scheme designed to make him the king of crypto and one of the biggest financial frauds in American history. This definitely is one of the biggest in history. Let's keep on reading and see. So the former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty of all 7 charges by a jury in his criminal trial in New York after about 4 hours of deliberations. Bankman was found guilty of 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 1 count of securities fraud, and 1 count of commodities fraud conspiracy, and 1 count of money laundering conspiracy. He will return to court for sentencing by New York District Judge Lewis Kaplan on March 28, 2024. Government prosecutors will recommend a sentence, but Judge Kaplan will have the final say. Bankman-Fried's attorney, Mark Cohen, said in a statement, "We respect the jury's decision, but we are very disappointed with the result. Mr. Bankman-Fried maintains his innocence and will continue to vigorously fight the charges against him." So, according to him and his attorney, he is still saying that he didn't do it. Now, after all this time, after all the evidence, after all the messages, and just after seeing him in person so many times, there was always mixed messaging. Every time he spoke, every time he said something related to the fraud counts, he didn't know about it. The CEO wasn't sure. He wasn't aware of these things. So, my opinion, guilty as charged. Obviously, this is still, I don't think anybody has gotten funds returned or anything like that. So hopefully justice is served and hopefully it doesn't happen again. So these are the kind of things that you would expect the SEC to be looking at. But hey, they don't really pay attention to these kinds of frauds, right? Not really. All right, moving on, my friends. We have Valkyrie CIO expects the spot BTF approval before November end. Wow, amazing news. Again, we are seeing the movement in the markets reflecting all of these amazing news for a spot BTF. Let's take a look at this one. The SEC is expected to send second requests for comment in coming weeks prior to the spot Bitcoin ETF launched in February. Valkyrie's chief investment officer, Stephen McClure, said that the much hyped spot ETF could be approved as early as the end of November. Wouldn't that be amazing? While speaking to ETF.com, McClure stated that he expects the US SEC to send a second request for comments on various spot ETFs in coming weeks. He said that the regulator would approve the necessary 19B4 filing after new request. Again, my friends, there's been a lot of hype, a lot of speculation behind what is going on with the spot BTC approval. And I believe we're up to about 14 spot ETFs waiting for approval. And we definitely are crossing our fingers and waiting for that new ETF to be approved. Moving on further news this week, the Daily Hodl. BRICS currency almost ready will be much more attractive than US dollar, pound, and euro, says ex-Russian minister. This is obviously very, very important news. BRICS is gaining a lot of energy, a lot of power. Let's take a look at what this article has to say. So a former Russian minister says that the BRICS currency with unique attributes is nearly ready to launch. In an interview with TV BRICS, Sergei Galzve says that the currency itself is almost complete, but it still needs support from all leaders of the economic alliance. We need only political will, because technically this currency is almost ready. The software and mathematical tools have been created. Furthermore, it goes on to say, as a whole, BRICS nations have expressed varying level of support of a common currency, with leaders in Russia and Brazil firmly behind the idea. South Africa is the most conservative, expressing the need for a cautious approach while emphasizing the importance of the US dollar. So, my friends, this is important because every fiat currency has a cycle. Unfortunately, the US dollar, it's been the main currency in power for almost 100 years. Normally the cycles last between 80 to 100, 150 years. So we could say that the US dollar's time is almost up. And the BRICS is implementing something that has never been implemented before, which is a massive, massive alliance by the world's biggest superpowers. And in my opinion, if they can get their things together, let's put it nicely, and they can establish some trust between the nations, BRICS can definitely be a massive opponent for the US dollar. In my opinion, it will not happen as quickly as a lot of people think, like it's just going to switch. It takes a lot of time. It trickles in and then it slowly rises up. It's not like a instantaneous, oh yeah, the BRICS is now the new superpower. No, it doesn't work like that. So definitely keep an eye on these news, keep an eye on the progress of BRICS, and also keep an eye on the US dollar and see what opportunities may come moving forward. My friends, that was all we had right now for our news updates. Let's take a minute and jump in to our highlights. But before that, a message from our sponsor. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDC's digital IDs and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. My friends, we got a new Future of Money coming up at the end of November. Please use the links below to register right now. Go ahead, do it. All right, my friends, let's move on to the market update. We will start off with the crypto bubbles. A sea of green, once again, starting off the week. We have Tau 60%, Cake 95% up, Rose 37. There's no red. Wemix 75. It's just a sea of green. Markets are progressing. Slowly, altcoins are definitely moving up. I hope you guys have some good positions. Hope you have it. Fair and Greed Index, 74%. We're up even higher from last week's 68%. Definitely, we're starting to get into that section of the market where we are very, very high. The markets are hot, so slow down. Maybe think about what you're doing. Is it a great time to start getting in? I don't know. We're going to have to see. How we're going to continue going up? We will have to see what happens. Bitcoin rainbow chart. We just broke out of this accumulate area. Sorry, we just broke out of the buy area. Now we are into the accumulate zone. Definitely still for Bitcoin anyway, we're still very low on the chart. Areas to keep looking out for, and slowly, this is the next halving. So we still have some time. We still have some time to accumulate Bitcoin, to accumulate your alts, accumulate. That is the name of the game right now. Finally, I wanted to share this other indicator with you. I hadn't shared this one before. It's called the MVRV Z-score. Basically, the MVRV Z-score is a function of the difference between the total market cap and the realized market cap divided by the standard derivative of the market cap. And without getting too technical with this, what we want to observe here is that historically, when the MVZRV score reaches all the way up into the red or pinkish areas, this is when we have been overbought and we see massive retracements. And this has been congruent for all of the previous bull markets. The previous one, we only came up to the top of this red area, and then we had our rejection. But we can see that once we are in this green zone, has always been a great time to buy. We broke out of this green zone. We're hovering above it, but again, still definitely very, very low. The upside potential still much higher. Now, my friends, again, if you have not subscribed to Breakout Solutions, please go ahead and do that right now. I highly, highly recommend you take a look at Matt's last video, Bitcoin Dominance Drops, Altcoin Pumping. And this is exactly what we're seeing in the markets right now. The Bitcoin dominance is going down, which in turn brings the altcoins going up. Highly recommend you watch this video that was streamed about 5 hours ago. All right, my friend, let's move on to our Twitter highlights. First Twitter highlight by Jason A. Williams. And this is a quote by the man himself, Warren Buffett. I wouldn't buy all the Bitcoin in the world for $25. And then he goes on and shows this calculation. 21 million, which is Bitcoin's supply, times 35,100, which is about the price of Bitcoin right now, equals, what is this? $737 trillion. So again, this is obviously, we know that Warren Buffett is not a fan of Bitcoin, and he would prefer to keep investing in Coca-Cola, which is great investment, but he wouldn't touch Bitcoin. Oh well. This is your loss, Mr. Buffett. You definitely don't need any more money. So, all right, leave it. Leave the Bitcoin to us. Leave the Bitcoin to us. Moving on the Twitter highlights, X highlights by Whale Chart. Bitcoin price predictions for 2024. Let's see what we have here. Kathy Woods, $1 million. Mike Novogratz, $500,000. Tim Draper, $250,000. Standard Catered, $120,000. Pantera Capital, $148,000. Tom Lee, $180,000. Robert Kiyosaki, $100,000. Adam Black, $100,000. Arthur Hayes, $70,000. And JP Morgan, $45,000. Fun fact, if we average these predictions, Bitcoin's price would be around 265,500. Listen, my friends, personally, my prediction brings Bitcoin between the 150 and 180 mark. Definitely, listen, with everything happening with all of these Bitcoin ETFs, the sky is the limit. At this stage, there's so much money that could be flooded into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin specifically that, hey, we could see a 500,000. If we look quickly at the Fibonacci extension on the Bitcoin chart, then we can see that, let's move all this out of the way. Then we can see that based on a Fibonacci, if Bitcoin was to do a full Fibonacci extension, we're looking at a $200,000 Bitcoin based on this. Historically, we have seen Bitcoin come to a full Fib extension. This last bull cycle, it came straight up right to the top of a Fib. So if it was to do the same thing, we would be looking at a $200,000 Bitcoin. Is that possible? Definitely is possible. We're just going to have to continue observing these markets and waiting for the explosion. Well, the explosion is already happening. Let's move on, my friends, to our adoption highlights. We have a couple of interesting ones for you right now. ProShares launches Ether Futures ETF for crypto bears. ProShares is rolling out the first exchange-traded fund ETF that allows investors to take a bearish view on Ether, the world's second-largest cryptocurrency, the firm said on Thursday. ProShares' short Ether strategy is designed to deliver the inverse of the daily performance of the Standard & Poor's CME Ether Futures Index. In other words, if the index falls 1%, the ETF will seek to return 1%. Definitely a different approach, not a different approach, but this is their unique approach to the futures ETF, where they're basically betting on the price of Ethereum going down. They short the market, and that is how they are working with this specific ETF. I don't think I'd seen a specific ETF that worked with shorts in the past. Is this a bearish scenario? Not really. They're just really capitalizing on the volatility that Ethereum has and cryptocurrency in general. Moving on to the next one, we have Boba Guys. Shopify users showcase adoption of Web3 tools, Solana Breakpoint. Mainstream commerce and big brands report improved business results and promising loyalty programs through integrations with wider Solana ecosystem. Furthermore, it says the Web3 tools powered by Layer 1 blockchain Solana are driving tangible returns and delivering deep customer data insights, according to the prominent mainstream brands and companies that attended Solana's Breakpoint. The 4-day conference in Amsterdam attracted a wide variety of businesses and projects from Web2, Web3, and traditional backgrounds. A prominent takeaway was the adoption of Solana-based tools and services, innovating payments and loyalty programs. Our final news from the Daily Huddle. Interesting. Bloomberg analyst says this crypto sector's market cap could explode by 3,900% in 5 years. Let's take a look at this one. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Jamie Court said the one crypto sector could experience explosive growth over the next half a decade. Coates says smart contract blockchains such as Ethereum and Solana could reach 100 million daily users by 2028 by growing a 20% quarter on quarter. According to Coates, the number of daily users of smart contract blockchains is currently over 5 million as a result of the quarter one growth rate of 29% since 2019. A growth in the user base from 5 million to 100 million equates to a 20x growth. And he goes on to show this chart. We are here right now as of September of 2023. And this is the price prediction, not the price prediction, the market cap prediction that he is looking at. Now, good reference he has. It took PayPal 13 years to reach 100 million daily users. They now have more than 400 million, but the growth has slowed. So using this analogy, we are still very early in this adoption of Ethereum, Solana smart contracts, which are taking over. Like so many platforms, so many projects are built upon these smart contracts, and it's only growing and growing and growing more every single day. My friends, thank you so much again for everyone who joined in live. If you're watching the replay, my question to you, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? I want you to leave your comments down below. What is your strategy? Are you accumulating? What projects are you in? What sectors of the crypto industry are you in? What kind of passive income strategies do you have set up for yourself, if you have any? Now, if you want to learn more about the strategies that we implement with our over 500 clients right now, highly recommend, number one, join us at the Future of Money Masterclass. The link in the description will allow you to register for free. Or number two, if you want to dive in deeper right now, you don't want to be on the sidelines anymore. You want to take action right now. Use the link in the description. Book a free coaching call with me today, and we will analyze your situation and see what the possibilities are for you moving forward. My friends, that's it from me today. Thank you once again. Stefan out.